Good morning. Welcome to the Closers Cafe Tuesday morning, October 7th. I've got a whole list of things that I'm excited to dig into and share what I'm working on, what is working currently, how I am, continuing to add to my pipeline. I had a listing go under contract yesterday. I had a wonderful listing appointment last night. I would call it more of a pre-listing appointment last night, and had some great follow-up conversations with investor buyers that I had reached out to live yesterday. Which, if you missed it live yesterday, it was a marathon session of me just reaching out to buyers to get deals sold, to get offers and generate activity on some deals that were my deals, some deals that were on the MLS where I had done a little bit of legwork to identify motivation and things of that nature. Yeah, it was just a great day, all together. And just, I mean, the big takeaway is the more conversations you have, the more that we have contract opportunities, and obviously the more closings. I got distracted because right before we went on, I texted the mom and daughter. Mom owns the property, but daughter is helping her with the sale of it. And I was just kind of checking in, and she said, "Good morning. My mom and I spoke, and we decided to move forward with the deal with no renovations." So I'm going to take a minute here to reply to that. Got it. I will have Danielle work on putting together the paperwork for your approval, and we can get the ball rolling ASAP. So this is, let me unpack this. This was not what I was expecting to be sharing, but I think it'll be helpful. That seller came from cold outbound. Essentially, the process that I'm following that inspired Swipe for Leads. So I have a process that I have been utilizing for the last few months where I go and source data using PropStream. I skip trace the data. I scrub the data. I import it into my cold outbound CRM, and then I use, and the best script that is working for me is, would you consider selling your property at street address to a private client of mine? Which, if you want that, if you'd like to check out me walking through that exact process and all of the resources that I use, etc., go and join our free Skool community. The link is in the description with this. Go and join the free Skool community. Go to Classroom Replays and check out the replay from 7/9, from July 9th, Prospecting Tired Landlords. The example there is me reaching out to tired landlords, but the process applies. And again, that's what inspired Swipe for Leads. Okay. To make it a simple, easy way for you to accomplish the same thing, create more conversation opportunities with potentially motivated sellers. So she responded to the text. Would you consider selling your property at street address to a private client of mine? She responded. Back and forth we go. Eventually, I pivoted to my cell phone so that we were having blue text conversations. I looked at the property. This is weeks ago at this point. I took a tour of the property. I got pictures, etc. At some point in the last, let me think here. It's when I was driving to Cleveland. So it was when I was driving to Cleveland for the Agent to CEO conference. The daughter texted because she was helping, and the mom wanted her help. And there was some emotional stuff that happened in the house that is making it difficult for the mom. Anyway, had a great conversation with the daughter. They are or would like to proceed with a Zoom Casa offer. A Zoom Casa offer. It's one of the institutional buyers that is built into the iList platform, which if you're not using iList or you don't know what it is, let me share a couple of resources for that scenario. You should go and grab your free trial at growwithjosh.com/iList. It's the letter ILIST. I'm going to put the link in here. It's also most likely in the description as well. Grab your free 30-day trial with iList here. There's lots of reasons why I think you should use iList, and that I had other things on my list as to why, some things I was going to share with relation to that. But one of them is you have access to institutional buyers, so you can make real cash offers when you have conversations with folks like Maria and Lenny. We had a Zoom last week with Danielle at Zoom Casa, and they just said they would like to proceed with that offer. So now I need to go back to Danielle and get her to draft up the agreement for their approval, and we'll get it rolling, and we'll see what happens. So fun times. I didn't expect that to happen, but the whole gist of these Closers Cafe is more conversations, more contracts, and more closings. So that's fun and exciting and unexpected. What I would love for all of you to do, whether you're watching this live or you're watching it after the fact, please comment below one win from the last 24 hours. One win from the last 24 hours. It could be business related, family related, personal, whatever. And then one thing, one action you are committing to today to grow your business. And I will share for myself one win. The listing that I had go live on Thursday, we are now under contract, all cash, no contingencies, no inspections, etc. Settling in about a month. We would settle sooner, except he needs some time to move into his rental. So that's a win. I'll share one other win. I had an appointment last night. This was an inbound cash offer request lead that I was going out and doing a preview appointment with, and working on preliminary offers for her. Sweet lady, sweet woman. She was also, she made me blush a little bit when I went there last night. I'll just leave it at that. So those are my wins. And then the actions that I am committing to today. What one action will I commit to today? Let's do this. Let me think through this. So, I have several actions. I'm going to go preview an off-market ranch house later this morning, but I already have that set, so that doesn't really count. I'm going to send the bump text follow-up. That's part of the three-step process that I shared yesterday, which is emailing home value update and then sending a bump text. On top of that, what am I going to? I am going to commit to at least 3 conversations with investors that I have not spoken with yet. So it doesn't count if I've already spoken with them. I need to find and have conversations with at least 3 new investors. And who knows, maybe we'll do that live here, maybe not. I did get yesterday part of, I spent a great deal of time using the investor buyer finding software to make calls and texts. I also posted in some local groups about a possible fix and flip deal, which, by the way, if you missed yesterday's session, you can go check it out at Josh Schoenly Coaching. And one of which I had a great conversation with. I think it was all by text, though. And he is doing his due diligence, and we may go check that out this afternoon, that property out this afternoon. Okay, so what should we start with? I'm going to share something that I have been sort of beating the drum about for several months now, or at least a couple of months, which is what we're calling the direct mail AI newsletter. Direct mail AI newsletter. And it is a postcard that I am sending to all of my sphere of influence, past clients, and I'll call them connected prospects or prospects that I've had a conversation with that are going to sell, just not yet. So let me give you an example, and I'm gonna share a story that I shared to some degree yesterday, but I'm gonna connect the dots even more. Last week I got a phone call from a guy named Jim, and he said Chad told him to call me, that I might be able to help him. And I said I couldn't figure out or find who Chad was, and I wanted to, because I wanted to thank Chad for sending me this referral. I mean, clearly I had made a connection with this person and made an impression enough that he would refer me. Funnily enough, Chad calls me on Saturday, and I'm like, Chad, I'm so glad you called. I've been trying to track you down. I wanted to thank you for sending me Jim. And so, he was mainly calling to make sure that Jim had reached out, to see if he had reached out. And also, he wanted to let me know that, and apparently I had talked with him earlier this year about him selling his house. He wanted to sell his property, and he decided to hang on to it for the time being. But in that conversation, he said, I'm thinking that I'll probably be ready to sell in the next 3 or 4 months. So what I did was I went and I used True People Search, because all I had now was Chad's phone number. And I didn't want to sound foolish by saying, I can't really remember what your property is. So I used True People Search, which I use often on these sessions. I put in his phone. Okay, I put in his phone number and it told me his address. So I then did 2 things. I added him to Bold Trail, and I'll show you what I added him to as far as I added him to a market report, etc. And I also added him to my mailing list for my direct mail AI newsletter postcard. So right here, Chad, 614 State Street is who that is. And actually, I'm going to change the view here so I'm not showing too much details. Okay. And now, once a month, he will get a postcard that looks like, where's the orders? Right here. A postcard that looks like this. Monthly market update for, actually, let me open this up here. Monthly market update for their name. Scan the QR to see what their street address might sell for today. And the back of the postcard, this is all AI created. It's based upon the mailing address of the recipient. So what this recipient receives is unique based upon his mailing address. And when they scan the QR code, they are taken to their home value dashboard, which is why I had referenced this earlier. It's one of many reasons why I use iList. It's also the same home value dashboard that I scheduled a mass email to send all of my contacts in my database that I have email and I have primary address for yesterday. Those emails will start going out later this morning. So all of these, there's so many ways that I'm using iList to uncover more selling opportunities. But the point I wanted to make is, and wrapping up the Chad Wagner story, is when you identify folks like that, add them to the list. And in fact, I have another one that I need to add to this list because I spoke with him yesterday. It was an inbound cash offer motivated seller. And I met him. And I want to make sure that he's not on here yet. I met him. He's not. And when I talked to him yesterday, basically he told me that he's in a holding pattern. And I want to make sure that I stay top of mind with him so that when he's ready, he will just call me. So I'm going to add him to the list. And once you build out this campaign, you should be constantly looking for more people to add to the list. And let me explain why, and I want to break it down math-wise also. So I'm adding this person to the mailing list. And now once per month, he will get that, that direct mail newsletter. Now, a couple of things on the newsletter. This is the Google Map view. For whatever reason, in some areas, you won't get the street view. Like my neighborhood, for some reason, there's the street view is not available. But with the street, when the street view is available, this is what they will receive. And, you know, this is pretty powerful because it's a pattern interrupt. It's their property, right? So it grabs their attention. It grabs their attention. And I think I shared this story yesterday, but I'll share it again. I had recently added parents from of one of Sammy, my one daughter's teammates from softball. I added them to this postcard newsletter, and unprompted, Saturday night, we're at the hotel in Richmond for her softball tournament, and Brian, the dad, says, "Hey, I got your postcard the other day," and he basically said, you know, I get lots of this kind of junk mail from like window companies and whatever else, but I actually looked at yours because yours was cool and different. And that is every month, it's just planting a seed, reminding them that if they have real estate needs, I can help. And it's also making sure that when they hear people talking about or, you know, exploring, thinking about buying or selling or investing, that they think of me as well, right? So here is what I would, if you're, I am as adamant about this as just about anything. If you're serious about staying in this business and you're serious about selling more homes, you absolutely should use this process. And whether you have 30 contacts, 50 contacts, 100 or 500 that you're sending this direct mail AI newsletter postcard, it doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. It's the action of organizing the list and setting it up, and then making sure when people call or text or email you that you answer your phone and that you engage with them and you ask good questions and you're a good listener. Now, from an ROI perspective, it costs about $1 per month per person. A little bit more, $1.10, but whatever. I've got 300 that I'm sending that to every month. So for me, let's do some math here. Let's do some math here. 12 times, let's call it 350. So that's $4,200 for the year for me. If I add no one else to it, and I'm aggressively adding as many people as it makes sense to add to it. But let's just assume that. That means all I need is one transaction, and that thing pays for itself. And so any number greater than one transaction, and I'm significantly in the black from that activity. It's a no-brainer for me. A couple of the things that I want to share related to that. So back to Chad, who I added to that mailing list. I also added him to Bold Trail. And whether you're using Bold Trail or something else, doesn't really matter. I added the contact, I added the address, I added him to a market report specific for his city, and he'll likely get the email that I scheduled this morning to go out with his updated home value. Now, would it be beneficial to see what the home value dashboard? I mean, some of you probably don't. Some folks on here probably have no idea what that even looks like. So let me see if I can find going to pull me up in here, and I'll pull up my dashboard, which is what, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So this, oh no, that's the wrong one. Am I not getting it at this one? Why am I not getting it at this address? Let me see here. Let me see if I'm in here. Oh, I'm in here multiple times. That's the problem. Let's see here. Is it this one? All right, let me think of who else I could pull up here. That would definitely, I don't know if Pam will show up. I want to give you an example of what the dashboard looks like in the email that I am sending that is scheduled to go out later this morning. Let me see if Michaela is getting these. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here. This I can give you an idea of what this looks like. So this is just one of many uses. Oh, that's weird. Why is it doing that? 104 Carlisle Road. Just bear with me here. It's about to populate. The dashboard that they see includes multiple automated value models, AVM, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor, and RE API, which is just another that's populated data source. It gives a range. They can adjust the value based upon improvements that they've made, and they can explore instant offers. Okay. Now, the value in this and how I turn that into actual transactions is I follow up with every lead that looks at their home value dashboard, every contact, to see why are they looking at it. And go back to yesterday's session. There's multiple emails that email templates that I have, and I just rotate each month which one I'm sending. The only goal of the email is to get them to click over to the dashboard. I send a bump text, which is to get more people to go and look at their dashboard. And then I send an email to all of the people that did look at their dashboard the next day to see what has them interested in the value. And some people say, because I'm thinking about selling, some people say that it's because they're interested in accessing equity. Some of them are just curious. I mean, there's, but it uncovers and creates listing opportunities for me. Okay. So, all right, next on my list to share today, actually, let's do this. Let's log in to Swipe for Leads and check that out. You can get a free 7-day trial at swipe4leads.com. Swipe the number 4 leads.com. And so I'm trying to log in here. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to keep my criteria the same. You can change your criteria as often as you like. And one of the recent updates and upgrades is you can check the lead count. And you can see here that the total available is 33. So what that means is, based upon the criteria I have entered, the total available that fit that criteria are 33. I have saved 15 of those so far, and I have 18 remaining that fit that criteria. So I'm going to go to Fresh 5, and I'm going to get today's leads. And I'm going to heart the leads that I want to save. Just going through them here. And then I'm going to go to View Saved Leads. And look at this, right? I can, right here, I can tap to send an email. Notice the script. Hey, Gabriella, would you consider selling your property at street address for the right price, of course? Send. Back to here. Tap again, send. Tap again, send, because there was 3 different emails for that one contact. Okay. No, and when I complete that action, look at that. Congratulations, you've completed today's activities for this lead. Come back after midnight for day 2. So tomorrow, I'll be able to tap and send text messages as long as there are phone numbers associated with that lead that are not on the DNC. So I'm going to do the same thing for the next lead. All I am doing is tapping and sending, tapping and sending. I mean, super easy, super easy. Congratulations, you've done all that, right? Next lead. That one only had 1 email, so I'm done with that one. Okay, it's congratulations, you're done. Next lead. Bada bing, bada boom. Congratulations, you're done. That one only had 1 email. Okay, now, so that was all of today's leads. But notice in your activity feed now, this is really cool. Okay. Notice this is day 2 for this lead. This is a lead that I saved yesterday. And now I have cell phones that I can message. Oh, and this is a blue text, which tells me this is real. It's a real email or a real cell phone. Okay. So I've sent that. That one is not a blue text, so I'm going to skip it. And I'm going to pass that one. Okay. This one, not a blue text, but I'm going to send it. Not a blue text, but I'm going to send it. And look. Congratulations, you completed today's activities for this lead. Come back after midnight for day 3. The suspense. It's not really suspense. I don't know why I did that. Here we go. Almost done here. And that was a blue text. So 2 of the 5, I got blue text, which means I'm sending a text message to another cell phone. That's encouraging. Okay, I'm working through a couple more activities here. I'm on step 2 on this lead, so I'm going to send. Pass, pass, pass. Lawrence Hale. Message that. Send that. I mean, this is Sean killed it. So I am Friday, Sean, the developer, the guy who built this app and who is committed to continue to making this app and other cool web apps like this, utilizing AI to make our lives easier, to make us make it easier for us to do more dollar producing activities, which is having more conversations, writing more contracts, and ultimately more closings. He will be on Friday, so that should be fun. So look, I'm all caught up. Beautiful. That took what? I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe. And that's my cold outbound for the day. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. All right. Check that out right here. Boop, boop, boop. Grab your free trial now. Swipe the number 4 leads.com, which also, just so you know, regardless of where you're watching this, in the description are lots of resources, my recommended best practices. Some of it is lead sources, some of it is whatever. It's all the stuff that I'm using to grow my business, to grow my pipeline, etc. As it stands right now, I think as of yesterday's contract, I have 10 contracts in escrow right now. I think it's 10. My goal would be by the end of the week for it to be 13. We'll see. I've got, I'm close on a couple of my own listings and potentially on a couple of other on-market listings as well. Okay. Let's see. What's next? Early this morning. So this morning, on some of these sessions, I do what I'm about to share live. But depending on what I have on my, my list to share on the Closers Cafe, I will do this morning. So this morning, what I did was I dispoed all the new leads that came into my Bold Trail. And I did my outreach to my daily portal notification summary. So every morning I get an email from Bright MLS saying, these are the people that you have loaded up as clients that looked as properties. The script I'm using for them is their first name in the subject line. And I will say something like, just curious where you're at with the home search, ? Are you still thinking about making a move this fall? ? And that has been working great to uncover some opportunities. You could do that with your, if you have clients set up in your MLS and you're getting a daily notification of who's looking at properties, you could do that there. Or in Bold Trail or something similar, you could be doing that by going to your dashboard, finding people that are looking at properties, copying their email. Here we go. And whoops. And just sending it. Come on. I'm trying to go too fast. Bill, just curious where you're at with the home search. Are you still thinking about making a move this fall? Bada bing. What I could also do is this. And I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a template with this message. Okay. Where am I going to do that with? Smart Campaigns. And I'm going to go templates, add template, email. Okay. Still, I'm going to call this still thinking about making a move fall version. And the subject, we're going to put their first name. Are you still, curious where you're at with the home search? Still thinking about making a move this fall? Thanks, Josh. And then I have, what do I normally put here? Where is my, oh, here it is. Yeah, here. Put that. Whoops. P.S. We have some, would you be interested, hold on, let me think this through. Would you like me to send you more info on some of the special financing programs available right now? So give them one other reason. And then I like to add some space and add a break so that the it's kind of like a simple little hack, but what happens is it just means the unsubscribe link is a little bit farther down. Am I sharing my screen right now? Okay, I am. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to contacts. And I'm going to go to property interest. No, behavior. And I'm going to choose viewed a listing in the last 30 days. Let's see what we get. So I'm pulling up, this is pulling up the contacts who have viewed a listing in the portal in Bold Trail in the last 30 days. And it's taking a minute here to load up. Close off some of these other tabs while that's happening. Close this, and close this, and close this, this. Come on, Bold Trail. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe I'll switch rows. Sometimes when you switch rows, I don't know why, it then will populate it. Well, I'm going to let that work and come back to it. We still don't have anybody. Come on, people. Share a win and one action, one thing you're going to do today to grow your business. One thing you're going to do today to grow your business. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to take a minute to let you know that we have in addition to these morning live streams, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, I do a mastermind, an open mastermind. You can join us in the Zoom room. If you don't have the link to the Zoom room, DM me or text me at 717-571-0456. Tomorrow, we have a special guest, and we're going to be talking about how you can unlock thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars that are hiding in your database today, or I guess tomorrow. But if you don't have the link to join us in the Zoom room, DM me or text me at 717-571-0456. Okay, so it came up here. Let's so I've got wow, 261. Okay. Now I'm not going to send to all of them because I'm going to eyeball and deselect people that I have, a good idea of where they're at with the process, or I've talked with them recently. Or I already have a good idea of what they're looking for. So I'm just kind of, I'm scrolling down, I'm manually looking at these. And now I'm going to say email. I'm going to look for the fall one. Here we go. I'm going to not include my signature, and I'm going to send. And then I'm going to go to page 2. This is actually a perfect follow-up to something David had asked yesterday. Yesterday, I scheduled a mass email for all to send the home value update email that I send out. And so that's sending one to many. But he asked, what if you want to do it manually? This is the way you would do it manually, is you just go page by page. Now I'm going 50 rows at a time. You could go a max 250. I switched it to 50 because it wasn't loading, like it's not loading again here. I can only assume because I'm live streaming. While that's working, I want to bring up what my next topic is, which James Brown, JB, who is a great investor-friendly agent out in Denver, Colorado, who has been part of my EXP sales organization for quite a while. He emailed me overnight looking for examples of retargeting ads to run on Meta. And so I'm going to bring those up and share those. In the meantime, this did pop up here. I'm just going to look here. I'm deselecting folks that I kind of already know where they're at. And what they're thinking and what their time frame is. All I'm doing basically is making sure that I'm not annoying people that already, are kind of predisposed to doing business with me. And, I don't know, them, me going from you know, their assumed service provider to being, just kind of annoying. Okay, so while I load up the next page there, I'm going to show some examples of retargeting ads that I am running right now. So um, these are, let me bring it up in a way that's easier to see here. These are running on Facebook and Instagram, so all of Meta, and they're running to people that are either in my database or they've engaged with an ad or a post, or they've, they have some context that I exist already. And this is one that's pretty direct. Thinking about selling an unwanted property in Central PA. Let's chat. And then all this is a screenshot of a recent Google review. Josh was very professional, honest, and very helpful. Got the job done quickly without a hitch. Best experience I ever had with a realtor. He will be my first call if I need help again. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then the learn more button just takes them to the Meet Josh page. This is just like my Linktree page. So that's one example of a retargeting ad. The next page of results here loaded up. So I'm going to knock that out. I'm just going to bounce back and forth. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Let's see here. Oh, Doug. I don't want to send to Doug. I just closed one with Doug. It's an investor client. Doug is a great example of what has me way more, investing way more energy on the investor side of things, because I have now closed at least 3 transactions with Doug, and he referred me his daughter. So I've known Doug for, I think, 3 years, maybe 4 years, and I can attribute 4 transactions to that relationship, to that. And I didn't he was not someone that was in my sphere of influence. He wasn't a past client or anything. Obviously, when he came to me, he came from an ad on Meta. He came from a Meta ad. And in fact, if you're interested, if just one person comments below interested, if just one person comments below interested, I will dig up and find exactly where Doug came from. I'll show you exactly where he came from. Let's take a look at another example of a retargeting ad I have running right now. Here it is. This is this is a reel that I made from static images. And I made these images with Canva. The top part is screenshots from listings to leads, and the bottom part is screenshots of the Google review that the client left for me when I helped them. And the text above, thinking about selling, parentheses, or buying, we can help. Call or text me at this number, or shoot me a DM, or just drop a comment below. Okay. It's just, I set it $1 a day, and it's just reminding people that I'm in the business, And for all I know, it could be the reason why Chad referred me to Jim. I don't know. Could be, might not be, but it doesn't hurt, and it's cheap. Next bucket here. Going through. I thought I already messaged Bill. I did. I'm not going to do that one. Okay. Email. Bada bing, bada boom. We're almost done with these. And I think I have one more. While that's loading, let's take a look and see if I can find another retargeting. And I think this is one. You know what? This isn't necessarily a retargeting ad, but I'll show it anyway. I need cash fast for your house or vacant land. Text cash to this number or shoot me a DM. And then in this case, they're going to a lead capture page that's specifically around retargeting wise. Well, you could run just a what I would say like a catch-all, right? Curious what a buyer might pay for your property right now. Check out four unique automated estimates of value. Go to this URL. You can also explore instant offer options, something like that. Okay. Cindy. So the win, I started deal of the week yesterday. Wish I had a win from that. Well, it takes time, right? And 0 to 1 is always the hardest, right? So kudos for getting started. I would say, just for whatever it's worth, Monday is not the ideal day to send out the deal of the week. Better would be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Now, that said, the caveat is always kudos. Any day is better than no day. But ideally, moving forward, I would recommend sending your deal of the week on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Thursday. Monday, people are just, they're like catching up from the weekend. And I had several people yesterday that I talked to that was like their, like, oof, we're still trying to shake the cobwebs from the weekend kind of thing, right? And so, if people are in that mode, they might just delete it without giving it a fair shake, and giving it the attention it might deserve. All right, I'm almost done with this list here. Who's David Peffley? Oh yeah, he's an investor. I need to call him, actually. I need to call him. Talked with her recently. Buddha. I don't know why he's on there. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to email. We're almost done with this list. And then I have a few more things that I want to share. And then I have to go preview an off-market ranch house. And I'll be trying to I will be working on dispoing that, which is where I will knock out my action item that I'm committing to today, which is to have a conversation with at least 3 new potential investor clients. You know what? Since I mentioned it, let me see if I can find. Might sell. I don't know if I can find an ad that would be an example. Home value. Whoops. I want to try and find an example of an actual ad, like I was. Oh, here we go. Home value retargeting. Beautiful. Let me show you. This is a beautiful retargeting ad example. I hope. I think. Here we go. All right. Think about selling your 7. Hold on. Let me get. Here it is. Own a home in 717. Curious what a buyer might pay in today's market. Tap learn more below for instant access to 4 unique automated values. Actually, and I set this up as a dynamic. So this actually had a bunch of different ad examples, which, is a great way to set up a retargeting ad because it kind of stays fresh. What I'll probably do, what I'll probably do is record a separate standalone session with James, building out that this as an example retargeting ad. I think that would be probably helpful for everybody. Okay, last page of our list here. Next, what I'm going to do next is I am going to do a social post about the property that is now under contract, my listing that's now under contract, to see if I can get any more activity and potential sellers from that post. Why does this not want to load for me? Let me see here. There we go. Now it's starting to load. No one commented interested below, so I won't show where I found Doug, who has turned into 4 transaction sides. That's fine. I get it. All good. I'm being a little bit sarcastic and petty, but whatever, being silly a little bit as well. Okay, while this is loading, I'm going to go back to the Skool community, and I'm going to share. So this session, session from August 6th, 5 set it and forget it ways to sell more homes. Okay, 5 set it and forget it ways to sell more homes. On the list are the AI direct mail postcard newsletter, which I already shared. Also on the list is the website lead capture script. That is what the session on 7/30 is about. And I am telling you, if you are serious about this business and you get any amount of traffic to your real estate related websites, you have got to use this script. If you don't, you're not serious about the business. I mean that, like, I say that sort of tongue in cheek, but not really. And the reason why I say that is just from the time I shut down for the day yesterday until the time I woke up this morning, it captured 3 more leads for me, people that visited specific web pages, did not fill out their information, but obviously there's intent if they're going there. And I have, there is a cost associated with this. However, I have, in less than 60 days, realized a tangible ROI from this script that is just simply installed on my website. If you have questions about this, if you want more of the strategy behind the tool, or you just want, general help with implementation, you can schedule a time to chat with me. You can DM me, or you can just text me, 717-571-0456. But you should absolutely be using that. Absolutely be using it. Absolutely be using it. You can capture an extra 15 to 25% of your traffic and convert them into contacts in your database. Why would you not do that? Why, oh, why would you not do that? For some reason, it went back to page 1. Why did it do that? Well, it doesn't matter. It was the last 11 contacts here. It's probably not even that big a deal. But I'll try one more time before I pivot to my social posting for the day. And what else do I have that we could dig into? That's probably good enough. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to take that, get that. George, okay, that's good. And I'm going to go here, fall. Now, transparently, I have no idea if that will generate any more business. But it didn't take that much time. And the reality is we're paid very, very well for a client when we take care of them and we service them, et cetera. So that activity took a matter of minutes. And it's very possible. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy said interested, so I'll share where Doug came from. And what was I going to say? Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. I don't remember. Oh, the emails that I was sending out from that activity. If I have one conversation that turns into a client, I mean, like, what the ROI on the time that I just spent to do that is like, it's infinite. I mean, it's like crazy. Okay. All right. So Cindy said interested. Let's go and figure out where Doug came from. I hope I can figure this out for you all. Why do I care about figuring out where Doug came from? Because Doug has now, this is a client who I've now closed 3 transactions directly with him, and he has referred me his daughter, who I helped purchase a home as well, and I did the mortgage. Well, our team did the mortgage on that. The exact gross revenue from all of that would be, I mean, at least 30,000, at least. And this says it came from ZBuyer. Wow. You know what's beautiful about that? Is that's a perfect tie-in to Cindy, who got a $1.3 million listing from a ZBuyer lead last week. I thought he came from a Meta ad. But he was a ZBuyer lead. And I don't even know if he was a buyer or a seller lead, quite honestly. I doubt he was a seller lead because I don't think he's interested in selling his property. But that's where Doug came from. How long ago? Let me see if I can figure out how long ago. It looks like April of 2022. April of 2022. And if I remember correctly, let me think this through. His son is now probably a junior at Juniata. I think he came through in April of 2022. I don't think I showed him a property until the fall of 2023. I think that's when I first showed him a property. And that has now turned into, like I said, at least 30,000 in gross revenue, gross commission income between primarily on the real estate side, but a little bit of mortgage cashola as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Let's, I'm going to log into listings to leads. One of my favorite tools. My affiliate link should be in the description. It's growwithjosh.com/L, the number 2L. Growwithjosh.com/L, the number 2L.com. I will tell you the 80-20 of listings to leads for me. The 20% of what I use this tool for that gets me 80% of the real tangible results is what I'm about to show you right now, which is their lead capture pages for posting organically. They also make it really easy to run Facebook ads, which is a huge, or Meta ads, which is, that's a huge value prop as well. Actually, I have to edit this. This listing is now under contract. So I'm going to edit the listing, and then I'm going to post on social. Why doesn't it want to load up for me? Here we go. Just listed? Not anymore. Now we're under contract, baby. Save. And now, come on. Here we go. So I'm going to go. Oh, it's got it here. So I'm going to edit the image first. Okay, it does have under contract here. So I don't need to edit it. It was showing, the preview was showing just listed, but it is showing under contract. So I'm going to download that image. I'm going to download the Instagram image as well, because I use different ones for different usages. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to edit the preview. Harrisburg is now pending under contract. When this home closes, it will affect your home's value. I'm going to send, so it says when this home, it will go to get your new updated home value estimate for free. And then I've got this here. Let me just make sure, what is the right link that I want to send them to? joshvips.com. HV. That's what I want to send them to. You know what? Is that right? Huh. Well, yeah, I'm going to do it for that, for this here. JoshVIPs.com, HV. I'm going to hit preview. And I'm going to post now. I'm going to deselect Google Business Listing because I want to control what that one looks like. And I'm going to post now. And I'm going to go to Nextdoor. And I'm also going to open up Google. I'm going to post these here as well. So I go to Nextdoor. I'm going to do the map location, 3763 Montour. Use that location. I'm going to upload an image. Add a caption. It's going to be this post here. Changing the URL. Oh, it changed it all on me, didn't it? I'm going to copy that so I can use that with the Google post. So I'm going to bring up my Google Business Listing. I'm going to hit Posts, Add Post, select Images. I'm going to use that image. I'm going to post the description. I have to remove like links and phone numbers and stuff here. So delete that. And then I'm going to copy this URL, do add button, learn more. And then I go tap, learn more below to get your new updated home value estimate for free, exclamation point. Post that. And then lastly, I'm going to go to my Facebook app. And I'm going to go, I need to do this from my personal profile. And I'm going to find the post that was shared on my business page. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to make this a little easier to see here. So I'm going to find the post on my business page. Well, it doesn't look like it posted yet. Why did it not post yet? Sometimes there's a little delay. Let me make sure. Did that post? Let's see here. Auto posted. Wait, what? Oh, it's scheduled for 9:34. So why didn't it post yet? See here. Try again. Don't know why it's not posting. Let's see. Let me just check again. Well, what I'm going to do once it posts is I'm going to share it into some of the local groups for that area. See if I can drive some opt-ins and some traffic. And this wonderfully ties in something I had already mentioned, which is using the website lead capture script to generate more from the traffic. So, the reason why I send into those groups or I share into those groups is it gets me more traffic, and the more traffic I get, the more website visitors I can capture using the script. And generally speaking, there are the just super curious looky-loo kind of folks. But most people that are looking at something like that, there's some level of intent or interest on their part. For whatever reason, it has yet to show up on there. I'm going to keep checking that. But I will There's a couple more things here that I was going to knock out. I was going to post off market. Do I have an off market deal to post? Let me think here. Yeah. Actually, no, I'm going to wait on that. I was gonna post one that we were about to lock up, but we don't have it locked up yet, and I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Is there another one that I could post? Let me think here. I'm just looking through my notes. Diana, did that. All right. Well, you know what? I think that was plenty. That was plenty that we covered for today. And I'm losing steam. I need to recharge. I probably need a little snack or something. So here's what I will wrap with. A couple of housekeeping items. Number one, tomorrow on the on our weekly mastermind, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, we host a free and an open mastermind for agents. And our topic tomorrow is what is our, how to unlock, I think that's what we called it, how to unlock the thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars hiding inside of your database right now. Okay. So that is going to be the topic. I have a special guest coming on who is a gangster. And he will be sharing how he is doing that himself and helping other agents do that, which is unlock, the opportunities, the money hiding in your database right now. That should be a great session. If you need the direct link to the Zoom room, you can DM me or text me at 717-571-0456. I do live stream those as well. So one way or another, you should be able to follow along with that. I have gotten a person saying, confirming they're definitely not looking to move this year, but any response is better than no response. And by her responding to me in that fashion, it is solidifying the fact that, there's the potential of me getting more business. Tomorrow morning, what I will be doing, or at least one of the things I'll be doing, is following up with all of the people that from the email that I scheduled yesterday are looking at or had looked at their home value dashboard to see what we can uncover as far as listing opportunities or opportunities to help them in some form or fashion. And I'll probably spend some time dispoing. We'll have a deal locked up by that time, by tomorrow morning at this time, or at least we should. And if so, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a bulk of my time dispoing that one. It looks like, now that is weird. I think it's still working through the home value update email. So the bump text that I will send to the people that are getting the home value update, I wait until it's fully been, the mass email has fully been delivered, and it doesn't look like that's been delivered. So I'm going to hold off on doing that as well. Okay. Appreciate you all. Cindy, thank you for the comments and the interactions and the thoughts, etc. And for those of you who are getting value from this, do me a huge favor. Like it, subscribe, turn on notifications, share with others in the industry. And, I'm doing this as much to hold myself accountable to doing the work and just, and hopefully inspiring all of you with how I'm building it out. And I haven't shared this publicly yet, but I'm not going to share it yet, but I got a big goal transaction wise for 2026, and documenting that on these live streams, I think is going to play a huge role in that. So maybe I'll share that big goal sometime later this week or sometime soon. You can check out all the replays of these live sessions on the Josh Schoenly coaching. And I mean this genuinely. If there's anything at all I can do to help you strategy wise, etc., I'm happy to do that. And if you, I don't say this often, probably need to say it more often, but if you're looking, if you're thinking about making a change in your brokerage affiliation, we should chat. What we have to offer, not only at EXP, but with some of the other people that I am aligned with at EXP, I think is beyond compare. And, I'm excited. We had somebody who I've been talking with and interacting with for a couple of years now, made the switch yesterday. His name is John. He's Berks County, Reading area. So I'm excited to have him. If you'd be open to that conversation and how we can help you and partner together to absolutely crush the last quarter of 2025 and knock it out of the park in 2026, just text me at 717-571-0456 or shoot me a DM. Get after it today, and hopefully see you back tomorrow morning.